Hey, fellow country people, problem deal. There is a problem. A bigger problem. I know they understand Kenneth Okonkwo again. No. The only man who will get hope to say they talk through, they help us now, they channel us to new now. He don't they talk another thing. I know just understand the guy. Now why I say problem there? Because this now one man will be say if he talk, he always galvanize people around them. Based on say the how you take the do in own analysis. But now the analysis is not analyzing at all. There is a very big problem in our hands. Make una help me listen to Kenneth Okonkwo. When we come back, let us know how to solve this problem. Watch.
Give Bola Tinubu his own style, his own strategy, and he's back to Bodilon. What did Bola Tinubu do in 2015? He went to the north, picked a man that he knows that all the Northerners are in support. As at that time, Bola Tinubu wanted to be president because he said it's his lifetime ambition. But he knew that if he, as a Southerner, tries to take out an incumbent Southerner, he will fail. Because nobody has succeeded from the same section of the president, incumbent, to take out an incumbent president. He went to the north and brought a man that he knew that all the Northerners are supporting. And when he brought him, any combination from the south took out Jonathan. And he bided his own time. And he came in later to become the president. That is strategy. If my own strategy this time around is that I am going to support a Northerner in 2027.
Really?
Yes. And it must be my condition to the Northerners. It must be a Northerner that the whole North will be willing to support.
Like an Atiku.
If the whole North is willing to support an Atiku, why not?
Or a Tambuwal.
If the whole North is willing to support, why not?
Or an Erufai.
Good. The person must be qualified, must have experience, and if he has experience in the presidency, it's an added advantage. And when we put up anything from the south, that will push him through. Let me tell you.
But would that be fair? Would that be fair that there was an 8 years of Buhari, a 4 years, if the case is the way you have put it, of Bola Tinubu, and then now the South has not had a share of 8 years in the rotation understanding of Nigeria, politically speaking? Would that be a fair game?
Good. Thank you for this question. And let me use this opportunity to clarify. The term of the president is 4 years, not 8 years. According to Alex Ekweme, what they agreed initially is that this post will be rotated amongst the geopolitical zones for 4-year term. And it will, in 24 years, it will have completed. But when Obasanjo came in, that was why Ekweme contested for 2003 election. That was when he said it. When Obasanjo came in, he took 8 years. But what happened? When Yar'Adua came in, before he finished one term, he died in office. Did the North insist that he must finish his 8 years? The answer is no. You know why? It is one term for the president, and the 8 years is for the incumbent. If the incumbent is doing well, if there is a supervening event that stops an incumbent halfway, the other half is there for every Nigerian to contest. And if it goes to the other side will now spend 4 years. That was what happened between Yar'Adua and Goodluck Jonathan. Yar'Adua spent 4 years. Just take it 4 years. Of course, you know he died before the third year. And then it was a supervening event that did not allow the incumbent to finish the 8 years. What happened? Goodluck Jonathan came. The North said, please, let us finish our 8 years. They said, no, it's a joint ticket. Something has happened. And this is the vice president. Treat it as a joint ticket. Let them divide the position now into half. 4 years for the North, 4 years to the South. And after, it will come back to the North to finish its 8 years. And that was what happened. Even when Jonathan wanted to now continue to do 8 years, the North said no. That will now be injustice. And they fought, and they took it back to the North. And the North finished 8 years. Now it is back to the South. And Tinubu has become incurably bad. And now you want to terminate his incumbency. Anybody telling you that it's injustice, if the North comes in, if the South comes in, and whoever wins in a primary election will take it for 4 years, where is the injustice? It has happened before. So, and anybody telling you to bring a fresh Southerner to compete against Tinubu, a Southerner, is trying to tell you to zone the ticket to Tinubu, and Tinubu will win outrightly.
So you are saying that invariably that Tinubu's possibility of becoming or being re-elected in 2027
yes,
is incumbent on the opposition fielding the same candidate from the same zone. But that if the opposition wants to beat Tinubu and the APC,
yes,
the candidate must come from the opposite zone.
Absolutely. And I'll give you the reason. In 2019, the opposition wanted to use Atiku with Obi to beat an incumbent Northerner who had just done 4 years. Did they succeed? No, they failed. And what happened? Tinubu, strategically, in 2015, he used a Northerner to remove an incumbent Southerner. Did he succeed? Yes.
You see, Kenneth Okonkwo is now telling us that to defeat Tinubu, we no need a Southerner. Say we go north. We no need Peter Obi. Make we look the direction of Atiku. Now what is that? All the things we talk for now. What do you mean? Oh yes, you say Peter Obi is too weak. He cannot defend his mandate. Oga, at this time now, shouldn't you be, clamoring that all these big weights now, Atiku and the rest of them, should queue behind Peter Obi, since he is the one that is generally accepted by Nigerians? Queue behind him, bring your own support. Let us see if we can actualize this new Nigeria. See, let me tell you, Peter Obi, amongst all of the way they now, him be the most accepted. So, if these people now wants to gain relevance, say, they help Nigeria, get freedom, because I can't be free. Make we just talk the truth. We are not free until we break out from these shackles of wickedness of our politicians. We break from the shackles of poverty and then enter the era of prosperity inside this country. Now we say we don't get free or we don't gain freedom. I get it. It should be canvassing that all these big ways should queue behind a generally accepted candidate, so that even if they won't rig the election, the big ways no go agree. They go help and fight for him mandate. They talk about that. If they tell us say make we go back north, now you are trying to justify it that the term here is 4 years, not 8 years. Yeah. Say the term for president now 4 years. Say now why did they get the election every for 4 years? So you stay 4 years in the south, you go 4 years in the north. Say south don't do 4 years. Say to defeat Tinubu, we need to look at the way of the south, north. Invariably telling us that we should look the way of Atiku. The same Atiku that you told us that is corrupt, that has the propensity for corruption, for this, he cannot be trusted. The navigator, so now go. Okay, him just that there is problem. There is problem. Yeah. What does Shegu show on me? What message does he have for both Atiku and Peter Obi? Watch this video.
No human being, no matter how ambitious, should have no capacity to respect the principle of droning and rotation. Power, they will say power is in the north now for administrative convenience. You will say you are interested. They will bring the power back to the south. You will say you are interested. They will flip it back to the north. You will say you are interested. They will bring it back, come on. And then you'll ask, who has given you the right to be the perpetual destabilizer of parties? And then when you then leave that and drop it aside and bring the antecedent of those that are now suddenly repackaging themselves as new people in this country, your heart bleeds. Which of these fellows do we think is a good material? Losing an election is no big deal. Standing for what is right is better. I am very, very disappointed that Peter has even allowed himself to be even put in that kind of group. Peter was the man that we were all prepared to line behind. If victory is for him, we'll take the victory. If losses for him, we'll take the losses. But look at him, running up and down with people that we know that he himself knows that are not even good people. Can he even survive the primaries in that place? Where they are going to carry money and just use money to destabilize everything. Is money the only thing? Those who said, I have the judiciary in my pocket, I have the party chairman in my pocket, I have money in my bag, I have a legislator in my bag, they have not been present even till today.
Have you seen it? Shame, me now they tell Atiku. Now Atiku boy be that to his spokesperson in the last election. They tell him say, Oga Haba now. When they say it is time of the South, you will show interest. It is time of the North, you will show interest. They flip it back to the time of the South, you show interest. You go back to the North, you show, oh guy, are you North and South? Are you North and South Pole? It will magnet when North and South. Stay one place now. How many you have been running since 1992? You say no. You still want to run again and keep us where we are. It is express win for Tinubu. You hear what you tell people. Say, Obi, we are telling you come to PDP. So you know they come. Now you don't go join people now will devour you, vultures. Because as it stands now, from waiting that Kenneth Okonkwo talk, it shows that he has been employed to speak for Atiku. That's the way he talking now. It just give us a hint to what that ADC is all about. Say now, Atiku agenda they want push you. No wonder they call him Atiku coalition. P2B. Hope say no be trap you enter like this. And now your Labour Party now, okay. Now the people where they know they recognize. Because already say they say you they play anti-party. They want to expel you from the party. Let's assume that people that are talking this are not even recognized by law. Now the factual way Supreme Court tell us say their time have expired. Because if this thing flip now, come there against you, they expel you from Labour Party. You will go find another party. Well, I should also not be one chance where people be enter like this. It is too early to determine or to decide. We are watching. So we have verified there. Is there Abi? Atiku is there. Is there Abi? Amechi is there. Is there Abi? And Peter Obi. Abi? So the four of them now will be vying for president. Nobody won't give chance for anybody. Let us see how it will unfold now. It's still early. Let me not preempt them. I will see you later.
For over a decade, this has been the birthplace of innovation. Innoson Vehicles is a testament to resilience, employing international best practices to create more than just a car. Every vehicle here tells a story of durability, fuel economy and safety. Crafted with the African spirit, the Nigerian heart. These vehicles surrounding me embody the unique concept of regionalization, each one designed to cater to the tastes and preferences of our people. From the streets in Nigeria to the terrains of the Sahara, these vehicles are designed for our roads, for our people. This is more than a vehicle. It's a symbol of our progress, our resilience, our collective success story. Your feedback drives us to continuously innovate and improve. Innoson Vehicle, the pride of African roads.